To set the stage, let's take a moment to watch a YouTube video of a professor who's particularly averse to texting in lecture, which I've hung off this tiny URL for your convenience at tinyurl.com/texting-not-allowed.
Pretty good. Come here. Are you texting in my class? Maybe, okay. Nice one. What pen is it? Pretty nice. Look, worth a couple $100, yeah.
I got the discount.
Oh, I can't first sign out. You have to replace it. What would it cost me? Probably several hundred now. Yeah. It's a shame. Yeah. There you go. Any questions on texting in class? Never a good idea. AJ, can you stand up? Yeah. AJ can take a bow. AJ was a student in the class last year. Thanks, AJ.
I disagree with the professor in this video. Probably the second most valuable thing I garnered from my Harvard experience was the use of a Twitter back channel in courses to up the level of student engagement. The first most valuable thing I learned at orientation was not to drop the H-bomb, which is a euphemism for telling people you went there, especially in bars in New Haven. But that aside, texting in class should be encouraged, but only if it counts as part of the student's class participation grade. By this means, students can tweet questions to the professor or teaching fellows at the head of the class. This provides airtime for guys like me. Invariably, if I raise my hand in a regular classroom along with 5 others, my question is the last to be addressed, if at all, by which time it's usually obsolete. If the teacher or fellows are monitoring the Twitter feed, everybody gets airtime for their questions. Moreover, most times there are only 3 to 5 questions in play, so it's possible to kill 3 birds with one stone. In addition, use of participatory Twitter forces students to maintain a parallel metacognitive narrative among themselves, which also ups the level of engagement. It also inversely discourages the tendency to tweet with significant others during class when they're in a public forum and somewhat in competition. The secret to making this work is to require students to submit a diary of their tweets at the midpoint and end of the course. If they fail to tweet on a particular day, they can comment on classmates' tweets instead. I make the tweet stream in on-site lectures public by projecting it on the board, and am providing a Twitter block in this course to the right of the content pages. The Twitter back channel for this course is at edtech600. This is at twitter.com/edtech600. There's a sign-up area in the lower left of this page under the Follow EdTech caption. To join the Twitter feed, enter your full name, and your email address, and finally create a password. Then click the Sign Up button. Now, all of the information I've entered here is okay, even though this is a bogus address. When you click on the Create My Account button, you'll be sent a confirmation email containing a link that you'll have to click on in order to access the full functionality of Twitter. In the interim, you'll be nagged to add Twitter feeds primarily to celebrity types And you can bypass that if you go directly to the email and activate your account. Now, I've switched to my personal Twitter channel to demonstrate how easy it is to send a tweet, which is basically a text message, to the @edtech600 back channel for the course. Click on the blue goose quill button in the upper right of the window to compose a message. The trick here is to prefix the message with @edtech600 and a space. You have a total of 140 characters available to you, and the character counter in the lower right of the compose window will decrement to help you monitor your typing quota. After you've typed your message, you want to click on the tweet button in the lower right-hand corner of this window to send. Note that your most recent message appears in the tweets area. You'll be submitting this as your log at the midpoint and end of the course as evidence of your participation. It goes without saying that you should observe proper netiquette at all times. If you mouse over your tweets, you'll see other options to expand and collapse the message so you can read more or less. A reply option if you want to reply to a message that's been submitted to you. A delete option if you want to retract what you've said. A favorite option if you want to star it as favorited. And under the more options, you'll see share via email and embed the tweet if you want to copy that tweet text and embed it into another document. If you're still skeptical about encouraging texting during class, I encourage you to have a look at Nielsen and Webb's book, Teaching Generation Text, which contains lots of great exemplars on the use of cell phones and other mobile devices to increase the level of student engagement. You can, of course, use standard text messaging, but Twitter is free and available for cell phones, so why not? I've taken courses where 20% of my final grade was contingent on tweeting during class. It also gives the wallflowers an incentive to stay awake.